Hello and welcome to the first vlog of the channel There Will Be Blocks, which is a BrickLink store under the same name. You'll have to excuse me, my dog is desperately trying to play ball with me on the first vlog of the channel, so yeah, thanks for the efforts there, Benny. Go on then, where's the ball? Okay, he wants to hide the ball. Anyways. Right, the dog has stopped mugging me now, so now we can get back to introducing the channel. So yeah, my name is Ross, and I've recently started a BrickLink store as far back as 3 months ago, but it was very small when it started, and still is. This is my inventory just over here. So obviously very humble beginnings, still going to be humble beginnings for some time. But this is to document, essentially, and hopefully, a rags to riches story. But yeah, that's a bit hopeful. The main reason I'm doing this is it's turned into a bit of a hobby. I'm a big fan of Lego, although I've only recently come back to it in the last year or so. But even so, even more, I've always wanted to have a store of some kind in retail. A bricks and mortar store would be amazing, but there's so much risk involved in that. Benny's going to get involved again here in a minute. But there's so much risk to that actually starting with a small amount of capital and building your way up is great fun. Is essentially the journey is more exciting than the destination, especially if that destination's bankruptcy. So yeah, I don't know. Who knows where it's going to go. So essentially, to give you a bit more of a background of what the store started as, where we are now. I simply started by finding out about BrickLink, that you could sell parts, that you could sell sets, and that if done right, you can make a bit of profit out of it, which is always good fun. This isn't too. This is not too. I am fully employed. This is a side hobby. I wouldn't even say it's a side earner at this point because I am currently in a loss. But if you with your starting capital, you've got to build up a store essentially. There's no good having 100 different parts on the site essentially. So at the moment, this is all about growing the store, taking the hit for maybe a year, maybe a couple of years, but really looking at it as a hobby, growing the inventory, at least getting my money back over a period of time, and enjoying Lego along the way. So just to give you a little bit of a tour of the office slash well, no, it's not the slash anything. It is the office. It used to be a bedroom, but this is it. I won't go into too much detail going around, as there are personal effects as well. But just to sort of highlight the Lego side of it. So at the minute, it's a bit of a bomb site, as you can see. Again, we're starting from the beginning here, even though it's been 3 months or so, we are starting new, and this is all about us learning along the way, working out what parts are what. We are getting there. It's surprising how much I've learned in 3 months, but there is a long way to go. There's plenty to learn from lots of online resources, lots of other YouTubers, and it starts here and it won't end in 10 years' time. If I'm still in here, I'll still be learning new things and learning to tidy up. But maybe it's very hard to tidy up Lego, but I'm sure I can do a better job than I'm currently doing at the moment. So here you can see I've recently purchased some different boxes, trays. You've got like a kitchen utensil tray. This has come out of our Swedish DIY supermarket, as you were. They seem to do really, really good options for sorting and separating Lego. As you can see, I started initially with the plastic cups, but they have gradually worn me out just from how annoying they are. But they're still providing their worth, so you know, we'll see how we go with these. So I mean, the reason why I got these trays is because we were going through so much used bulk. In terms of the bricks, obviously they're a bit light at the moment, but in these smaller trays and indeed in the cups, we would have to get a new cup almost hourly, essentially, which is not ideal. We want to just keep going through the used bulk until we've got a worthwhile bunch of Lego to either wash or clean or just directly upload. I've got them in sections that I understand for me in terms of what I need to separate them into, but I'm sure there are other further lines of separation that I could do. So just to go through what I do. At the moment, because space is limited, I have all plates in one bin, and then we have all bricks in another. We've got slopes down in here. Let's move these because I'm just putting stuff everywhere. Technic pieces. We've got tiles. We've got round pieces of varying sorts. We've got modified plates. So I don't know, just pick up a random piece. There you go. I think that's is it a slider or something? A door slider. Don't know exactly what they're called, but there we go. This is sort of a bit of a random one, but this is modified plates, or what I would describe modified plates, or the nearest thing to it when you're picking it out. Is it a modified plate or is it a modified tile? In fact, I've just said modified plates again, haven't I? So modified tiles is what I mean for these, instead of modified plates. Then here we've got all the sort of snot brick related things, and then here is maybe just your bulkier items. I'm not even sure if this is Lego, but I tend to put anything here that I'm not sure about, or yeah, big individual bulky items that I can just list in one go. Down here is a bit more of a mess, but you see you've got your Technic pins. We've got things that I can't even think what they're called yet, but I gradually will work them out. I think are they axle pins, something like that. Some tiles, more tiles, some round bricks, them. You've got some grates there, them. Some odd bits in here. You've got some round tiles, and you've got some round plates or studs. And there we are, some modified 1x1 plates as well. And then we have, it's kind of in the way, but what we've been doing is essentially using this as the dumping ground for all the used Lego, putting it on the table and then sorting through it. Unfortunately, the table is not the most ideal because even though it does have just like a metal edge that does stop things rolling off, you still can't have a good rummage without knocking things off the table. So it's not the best. So to remedy that, I've recently purchased a nice big tray, so we'll get to using that. The only thing with this, and that's the only downside to the Lego store that I really know here, is this one, a very, very hairy dog. And the static on this tray is already not looking good, so I'm going to have to find out a way to do better with that. Eventually what we'll do is we'll have our operations out in an outhouse somewhere. That sounds like I'm doing it in a toilet. What I mean is out in a garage, so we can convert that, and there will be less dog hair and things like that. So that's the plan with that tray anyway, so it's a little bit easier. I can take that where I need to. You know, if I'm going over to the computer desk, I can work on a bit there. So that is our setup for sorting. In terms of what we've got to sort, this is another IKEA. Oh, I shouldn't have said the brand. I tried very hard not to say the brand, but never mind. So this is, I think it's a big laundry basket, but it's really handy for Lego, I must admit. So in here, I think there is about 20 kilos, and lots of tires, of Lego. There is quite a good load of fake Lego in here as well, but there's also some really nice sets. I did get a nice haul of Star Wars Lego not too long ago, but I decided to just sort everything out, get it all compacted into one bin. So this is going to be a job to eventually go through this. As you can see, there you go, there's a Star Wars set, one of the walkers, I think. So this will be one of our jobs to go through this lot at some point. Yeah, so that's that. Our store is mainly used at present, mainly because that's the aspect that I really enjoy. Sure, I would like to have a store where there are less issues at the point of sale, such as if parts are faulty. Hopefully, if I've done my job, then that shouldn't be an issue, but obviously there is human error, and there's always going to be differences of opinion of what is good quality and what is not. So new is preferable. If I could get new at a really good price, then I do get some new. I have got some new, but it's not in a bulk that is actually very useful at the moment. It's just more trial and error. But I do like used. I think the enjoyment for me, even though selling it is the ultimate aim, it's going through a pile like this. Sorry, I'll just move the box back. It's going through the pile like this and just going, oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a... I'm role playing here, but I might look at a piece and go, oh, I wonder what that is. That looks quite interesting, and then go and find out that it's worth £3.50 or something, or even more. You know, like you find a minifigure that ends up being worth £22 when you paid £100 for a 20-kilo lot, and you've just got a quarter of your money back from one figure if you sell it. Like I've just found, not that it's probably worth much, but a little Batman insignia, so that's cool. And that's what I enjoy. It's very therapeutic, sorting Lego. I can essentially say this is my hobby and a side earner at the same time. Unfortunately, for one person, sorting through Lego like this, unless you got some really good items, it would be really hard to make a full-time job out of it. Sure, you can, you know, with help of others, if you had a really good system nailed down, if you had new parts, then yes, people can do it. But at this point, it works really well alongside my my employment, and just as a side earner. And you never know, maybe one day in the future, who knows? If I can make it work, then that's the opportunity. And that's the reason why I'm doing the video today, is to have something to look back on and go, oh wow, look at where we started, and have a real, almost a gauge of where we started from and where we're going to end. So yeah, if I just take you over to my listed stock. So here, we currently have the old faithful Acro Mills. We only have 3 at the moment, because again, capital is light. But I felt that we needed to start somewhere. So we've got a few of these. We have too many lots for the amount of compartments that we've got. You can see we've got these trays here that have 18 to 22 individual sort of units you can see in here. And as you can see here, there are a number of lots in each one. And for larger stores, they may look at this and go, oh my word, how can you cope having so many parts in each one? And I think my answer anyway, I mean, I may be doing it wrong, there may be an easier way that my small brain hasn't calculated yet, but when you're starting in the early days, I think you have to utilize as much space as possible. As long as all the items are accounted for and they're in the right places, and they don't get damaged, you know, like not putting windscreens in with sharp objects, things like that, you have to utilize that space. So this is the system currently. So you can see here, all of the Acro Mills are used. We've got UP, which stood for used parts, and we're gradually growing with those. And then these are our new pieces. So I think I had new bits in my mind. So I was like, used parts, new bits. Don't ask me why, but there we go. That's what we went for. And that is gradually growing with some of the sets that we've bought over Black Friday and things like that. Obviously, the main money coming out of the new sets are all the minifigs, and that the minifigs haven't really been well organised at the minute. You can see right at the top there, we've got minifigs just in bags, but they're nice and safe. And then in here, you can see my reflection, an ugly mug, and you can see some minifigs, the used minifigs that we've got for sale there. Again, I used to have my Warhammer in here, but that was a lockdown phase. This isn't a lockdown phase, so I feel like this is the one that's going to stick, hopefully. So anyway, that is our inventory. I think we're currently at about 20,000 parts, and we have, I think, maybe 4,000 or 4,400 lots. Did I say that wrong? So 20,000 parts, about 4,400 lots. And then we've got all this used. The only problem with the store is, well, that is the issue. We've got 4,400 lots for 20,000 parts. You do the math. That's not a lot of bulk of each item. Oh, that was another thing to mention as well, actually. Just to get everything sort of mixed up, we have this little rainbow number here, which I see on so many YouTube channels about BrickLink, so I had to buy one because impulse buy. But we have our bricks in here, our used bricks. Again, they're packed to the rafters, so I'm going to have to work out another solution for this at some point. We've got plates in there. You've got, plates. We've got tiles, which are not organised at all. That is a job to do at some point. And then we've got slopes, and then those bricks, like tower bricks, I like to call. And then we've got Technic pins in a big bag there. Got round bricks. And you've got bags of studs, things like that. So that's your more sort of generic items, the ones that are going to require more space. Yeah. So what else have we got in here to show you? I do have some personal sets that I don't know what I'm doing with at this point, but I have ended up buying a few items. to either keep, sell, make, I'm not sure. So we've got the Nintendo system, or the Nintendo Entertainment System, better get that right, Ross. So I just saw that on the deal. I got it with the double insiders points. So I got the freebies alongside, and I just thought it looked like such an iconic set. I think it's retiring soon as well. I don't know if I'm building this or if I just want to keep it safe for a while. So then behind that, we've got, oh, better mind the box underneath, got the Dungeons and Dragons set. So that one I actually won on a sort of like an online raffle site. But I won't get into the detail of that one. It just happened to pay off, happened to work. But that one I think I'm going to build for Christmas. So we'll keep an eye out for that one. And then the final one here, again, lighting is not very good. I haven't got it very well organised in here, but you've got Jabba's sail barge. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. That was one of the worst impulse buys I've ever done, but it come with the Luke's lightsaber that everyone's probably seen doing the rounds, and I've managed to sell that one on. The box came a little bit dented, but we managed to sell it for £75. So at least it's recovering some of what I paid for that sales barge. What else have I got up here? So mine, the Bonio biscuits, they're not part of Lego, obviously. They're for the dog. He wouldn't be too happy if I mess with them. But you can see there we've got, I can't actually reach them, but we've got some Tusken Raider brick heads. We've actually got the, I can't think what it's called now, the skiff. The Jabba's skiff, or the one that should have come with the sail barge, but didn't, because, well, there you go, Lego. We've got a record player there. We've got one of the winter holiday trains, and I think we've got some Easter birds there as well. Up the top there, we've got a couple of Animal Crossing sets, free Animal Crossing sets. I think I'm keeping hold of them. They're quite a good one to collect, I think. We've got the Phantom Menace brick heads, and then we've got, I think, Gimli and Legolas up there. And then I think fallen back there somewhere is a baby Ankylosaurus. Oh, there's one there actually. So these are some extra sets that I've got that I do just want to sell on. Yeah, I'm finding it a bit of a habit buying things on Lego and getting these free sets, especially when there's an offer on or there's double insider points, things like that. So there we go. I don't think there's much else to show at the moment, but that's the start of things. That's a very long video already. But this is the inception, essentially. Yes, I've been at it for 3 months or so now, but this is the beginning on YouTube, and basically onwards and upwards. I'm not sure what to do with the next videos, so often you see sort of sales videos, what's happened in the week, things like that, but we're too small at the moment to get a weekly video out with actual meaningful content, you know, rewards and results. We could do weekly content which looks at what we're actually doing to grow the store, and we could keep it just going that way, small updates. And we can look at the sales that do come in. So far I have about 25, 26 sales. I've made about 200 and something pound over that time. So, you know, quite modest beginnings, but the sales are coming in. We haven't gone on to Brick Owl yet. We don't use Brick Freedom currently, but that might start to appear in the new year. So here we are. Here's the store. Thank you for spending your time with me for these last few minutes. Yeah, if you want to come along on the journey, feel free to subscribe, like the video, get other people to see this, and follow my journey and hopefully offer a bit of inspiration along the way. Okay, thank you. Take care now. Bye-bye. Can I have the ball? Ball? Can I have the ball? No. So the idea of it is to play ball and keep hold of the ball. And then touch me with the ball. And touch me with the ball. I can't have the ball, but it's got to be touching me. It's like a magnet. Okay, Benny. I think you've won the game. Come on, Benny, we got a channel to start here.